Welcome back to Breaking Waves. This episode starts in Barra Navidad, Mexico, where Ben and I are taking advantage of a dock to knock off some main boat projects before we sail across the ocean to French Polynesia. In this week's episode, we are tackling some upgrades that I wish we had done so long ago.
Oh, wow.
They look nice. This is a race across the Pacific.
We are prioritizing comfort in this episode because we are going to be spending a lot of time in the cockpit on this upcoming passage across the ocean. I'm Alie, by the way. This is Ben, and you are watching Breaking Waves.
So we are getting ready to cross the ocean and realizing that we are going to spend 3 to 4 weeks sitting in this cockpit. And Alie is taking matters into her own hand.
Guys, I can sew now. I can do whatever I want.
She's a seamstress extraordinaire. She ordered some foam. We've got some extra sunbrella, same color as a stack pack. So we are going to have some nice, deep royal / navy blue cockpit cushions to enjoy. So pretty stoked because, you know what? It's time we start thinking about comfort a little more often.
Floats enough now that we can work on things that maybe weren't a priority before. Like comfort.
Yeah. Yeah, my joints, they're not so supple like they once were, you know? And sometimes when I sleep weird, my neck hurts for 3 weeks. So that's the other project we got going on. This was actually,
Oh, man.
This was the first project that I started years ago. Don't mind the mess. I moved things out of the way so I could start this again. The bed we find to be not very comfortable in this orientation. And it causes us to sleep crooked and weird and honestly it's just bad for the neck, bad for the back. So I am going to re-begin this project. I did this when we first bought the boat. And I'm actually going to fill in this whole gap right here. And we're going to do all new cushions and just make this V-berth just one big bed. And so we're sacrificing these cupboards down here. I'll show you. We're sacrificing good access to these, but they'll still be somewhere where we can put stuff. And honestly, ever since we used to have all of our Canadian clothes on the boat, which requires so much more space. But once you're in warm water like we are now, warm temperatures, we just don't need that much space anymore for clothes. So you can always use more storage on a boat, but just having less access there and better sleep, totally will take that trade-off. Nice dense foam. All right, so we picked up this wood yesterday in Manzanillo. And I've sketched out a bit of a template, or I used some cardboard to sort of get the general shape. And I didn't bring my circular saw on the boat. I thought I did, but I'm realizing now I left that back home in BC. So I'm working with a jigsaw, which is better than nothing. I'm making a little ledge here so that when we put the new cushion that we're gonna have to make in there, that's gonna hold it in place a bit and the cushion won't fall off. Now I'm gonna sand down the edges so that it doesn't hurt if you scrape yourself on it. Today is the day of comfort in Kiana.
Speaking of comfort, check out this new toy. Yes, we got an ice maker. Yes, we feel bougie. And yes, we absolutely love it. After our ice water break, I cut out some foam cushions for the new bed.
First piece of foam. And we have a mattress topper on order that actually should be there by now. And then this bed is going to be glorious. Ah!
Got it nice and rounded off so that we don't scrape our shins on it. Testing out the bed.
It's so comfortable. I can spread out.
Look at that
so
starfish. Wow.
If I could do over my sailing journey, I would have done all of this sooner. The wind is super consistent in Mexico, picking up around 11 and dying off at sunset, which means mornings are the best time to get a surf in before cracking down on boat jobs.
Full-on production mode here. We got Alie down below, getting another cockpit cushion done up. Time to get going on a bunch of projects. I got no more excuses. I got all the time in the world. So here's one I'm working on right now. This light, just old, corroded. I tried testing, I tried changing the bulbs, and didn't come back to life. So I have a near identical replacement, and we've gone this entire 4 years of cruising, or I never remember how long it's been, 4 or 5 years, however long it's been. We've gone this long without having an easy to turn on cockpit light, which has been incredibly annoying, but it's just never been a priority. There's always been something else more important. It's always been very low on our priority list, but that's sort of the theme of the projects that we're working on right now, is all the little things that we've wanted to do now for years and just always had to focus on something else. We're finally getting to it now. We built out the bed a bit. We're making our cockpit more comfortable with cushions. We're adding our main light, and then twinkle lights are also getting going. We're just adding to the things that make day-to-day life on board better, and feels good because it's been a long time coming for some of these little projects. So let's get it done. Alright, so now that we got the cockpit above light done, I'm wiring in twinkle lights. Twinkle lights.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Don't they look nice?
And this too.
So much light.
Cute. That looks really good.
It only took 4 or 5 years. I was just filming something about getting ready. Bill here is also getting ready to cross. What were you working on?
I'm swapping out grease lines that have shape on them, I noticed. So before we cross, I figure it's better to flip them around, end to end it's called, so the shape point moves behind the clutches as opposed to in the sail. So if it pops, I don't have a problem anymore.
This guy's actually crossed oceans before, so he knows what he's doing. Here I am dinking around with party lights.
Ben's got twinkle lights.
Yeah, I got twinkle lights, so we'll be good.
Let's just say he learned from the best.
Yeah.
We have a subwoofer and party lights, so.
Bill and Grace from Calico Skies are crossing the Pacific this year also.
We got a Grace.
And as we all know, 2 boats going in the same direction means it's definitely a race.
He's pretty nervous that we're going to beat him when we cross the ocean, so he's really...
The tattoo bet's got me a little bit nervous.
Yeah,
I'm going through my stuff.
There may be a tattoo on the line.
It's not a good tattoo either.
No,
believe me.
no. But yeah, you're making sure you're dialed, eh?
That's it, man. That's what ocean crossing's about.
Are you still working on chafe?
I want to have this like pre-rigged. I always tie it independently, like each time to a cleat, but I want to have like a clip and have it like perfectly set, so every time we go down wind, it's the same.
Right.
I might be taking crew on board, so I figure it's always me, but if I have crew, it'd be either just like clip, and everything's marked and ready to go.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Gracias. Ooh.
I'm so glad we decided to stay.
Good morning, friends. Grace and I are here at a cafe. We just finished filming a surf session for the boys, and we decided to get a coffee and stay for breakfast because it smelled so good. So welcome to Barra in the mornings.
The French baker.
The French baker. We're gonna do a day in the life today. Day in the life living on a sailboat in Mexico. Back at the boat now after having my coffee with Grace and filming. And I try to work out most mornings. If I don't get it in the morning, it probably won't happen. So I'm gonna do a quick workout on deck here, and then we'll see what else we do. So. Alrighty, so normally around now I'll start looking at like what boat jobs I have to do or edit. It's really nice out today, so I kind of don't really want to sit in front of a computer. I've been meaning to service my winches before the crossing. And I was talking to Grace from Calico Skies, and she was like, oh, I really have to do my winches. And I was like, dude, me too. So I figured we would have a winch cleaning party. Lengthy commute to Calico. Whole 10 steps. A skater done.
So excited.
It actually looks like somebody put like peanut butter in this. In addition to being a source of entertainment while we do boat jobs together, Calico has another benefit. The wealth of knowledge that they are after having already crossed the ocean twice. I took advantage of most opportunities to pick their brains. Grace has already crossed an ocean twice. So I'm also picking her brain and trying to absorb as much of her experience as I possibly can. How many miles do you have?
It's 35. Probably like 30? Yes.
30,000
I started about a year.
nautical miles.
They'll quit a job before I quit mine, so he left. And I hung out for a year, and then I quit my job. So yeah, you
a lot of miles.
yeah.
How do you feel about ocean crossings? Do you love them or hate them?
It's kind of a lovely relationship. Like both, there's some really hard times, but like the last one we did was pretty long. It was like 27 days coming back from Europe, and that one like did not like it all. Like
When you got to the Caribbean?
We were just like, I just want to stay home at a month. Like, it's
Wow.
Just, yeah.
Luxurious.
So in the rhythm and just so nice.
Thing that you wish you knew about ocean crossings that you could tell your past self, or just me because I've never crossed one.
Yeah. I think that the reward to get in is so much bigger than anything you can imagine.
Cool.
So like you have your low moments and stuff, because you're definitely will be. You're questioning like why I did this. Like just remember that like when you get in, it's like part of it. Like if it's not hard, it's
not worth it.
Yeah, it's just not the same. You don't get the same high, right? Like it has to be. It has to feel like a pretty big sacrifice.
Like you earned it.
Yeah, and it will. Nothing like it. Like that. So.
Wow. Words from an experienced ocean crosser.
Hopefully it'll be the same this time.
I accomplished something today.
And looks at me.
And for my next trick, I'm gonna make dinner. Dinner was poke bowls with sausage and veggies from the market. All the colors of the rainbow, my favorite.
So Calico came over to join in.
Yeah, for about a month. Whoa, look at all
One.
those colors.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Alie, wow.
In our 5 years of boat ownership, jobs that focused on comfort always fell to the lower end of the priority scale. But if I could do it again, I would do them sooner. Because what we learned is that having a great night's sleep and twinkle lights, cockpit cushions, and an ice maker made us love the boat so much more than we already did. Which was a lot. But having that extra bit of comfort goes a long way. Trust us. Or just come over for an ice drink in a twinkle-lit cushioned cockpit and try it out for yourself. Hit subscribe so that you don't miss out on next week's episode, where we finally get a chance to go sailing and test out all our new upgrades. Not long until we cross the ocean now, so make sure you hit subscribe and click the link to Patreon to support the channel on its wild journey. See you next time.